She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor.
My campaign will now give a freedom dividend of $1,000 a month.
When the Democratic presidential debates get heated, so does social media. Tech entrepreneur Andrew Yang's name was widely mentioned in trending hashtags on Twitter during the third Democratic debate. 11% of the accounts tweeting the Yang Gang hashtag showed signs of being bots or automated accounts. But experts say the Yang bots didn't necessarily influence the greater Twitter conversation. This isn't the first time a viral hashtag has raised suspicions of bot influence in the political atmosphere.
She put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana. She blocked evidence.
Within 24 hours of this exchange at the second Democratic debate, 150,000 tweets used the hashtag Kamala Harris destroyed. Some Twitter users were quick to blame Russian bots for the trending hashtag.
There's never something that's trending that's not in some way promoted by bots. I think the most effective technique that we see is something that seizes on something political that happens, that day or within a few hours and starts promoting a narrative about it. These programs are hoping to influence the way you perceive realities.
But it's getting harder to pinpoint how much of an impact these automated accounts have on the online conversation.
There's a difference between a bot joining the traffic and a bot driving the traffic. And it's really a question of scale.
Bots today have more believable online profiles, more advanced conversational skills, and appear to be legitimate users embedded in human networks. Some automated accounts are partially managed by humans. These profiles are known as cyborgs or sock puppets.
There's always an arms race that's going on between bot builders on one hand who are trying to evade detection, and bot detectors on the other hand, people like these platforms who are using both manual signals and machine signals to try to take bots off of their platform.
Data scientists point to inorganic coordinated activity as a new and more nuanced manipulation threat. Inorganic coordinated activity is a group of social media accounts, human, automated, or a combination of the two, that strategically amplify certain messages in an attempt to influence the conversation.
That's anything from one person running 10,000 bot accounts and getting them to do the same thing at the same time, right the way up to a group of activists, maybe a couple of dozen of them, who agree that at a certain point in time, they will all start posting like crazy for maybe half an hour.
They will evade content moderation policies by operating just below the threshold of platform rules.
So how did the Kamala Harris destroyed hashtag spread so widely? Terrence K. Williams, a conservative actor and comedian, started the hashtag when he tweeted it to his more than 600,000 followers. Shortly after, conservative video bloggers Diamond and Silk, who have 1.2 million followers, magnified the hashtag. Both accounts are run by humans. Data scientists did find some bot-like activity associated with the hashtag, but not enough to have a significant influence.
In the case of the Kamala Harris flow, in those first 50,000 tweets, 2,000 tweets came from just 50 accounts. Now that's quite a high volume in terms of individual accounts posting, but that's only about 4% of the traffic. And that's a relatively low score. That's something we've seen before in organic flows. Looking at the number of posts per user, it was an average of about 1.7 posts. And again, that's entirely within a normal range. The proportion of retweets was 82%. So 82% is a little bit over the limit, and it does suggest that somebody has turned on probably some bot amplification or a human group to retweet somebody else's posts. But it's not such an extreme variation that you'd think it's actually made a major difference in the traffic.
Just because a political hashtag is trending doesn't mean it was pushed by bots or inorganic activity. But experts say the 2020 election remains a prime target for online manipulation.
The entire disinformation threat landscape is a lot more complex and blended, which is going to lead to a lot more abusive and harmful behaviors slipping through the gaps.
But the most important thing is to isolate the behavior which is trying to distort the debate and make sure that that behavior doesn't actually have an impact.
As the political debate on social media continues, identifying and eliminating inorganic activity will be an ongoing struggle.
There's just really not a lot of consequences for the time being for spreading disinformation or for taking advantage of trending topics and using bots to affect some sort of goal online, whatever that may be. It's something that's going to get worse before it gets better.